Olá, bem-vindos ao meu canal aqui. Vocês estão muito felizes. Hoje a gente vai ter Laurent, presidente da SkyDancing Tantra. Ele é o diretor geral. É uma escola da Margot Anand, é uma escola onde a gente aprende o Neo-Tantra lá das raízes. Isso foi dado para Margot pelo nosso mestre Osho, que quem criou o Neo-Tantra, quem criou esse termo foi Osho, e ele pediu para Margot Anand ensinar para o mundo. E ele é um dos professores da SkyDancing School e também é um grande amigo e professor meu também de Tantra, e ele é um diretor geral da SkyDancing School of Tantra. First of all, I want to thank you to being here with me. I'm so glad to be here with you. I want to know what is Tantra for you? What does mean Tantra?
Yeah. Thank you for the question, Pramod. My personal way to see Tantra is the following. Tantra is a path of enlightenment, so simple as that. But what is enlightenment? Honestly, I don't know because I'm not enlightened. But I think if I was enlightened, I would be relaxed in any situation in my life. So for me, this path is about finding an inner peace that makes that I am relaxed whatever is triggering me from outside. That's the path of Tantra. And to achieve this goal of being relaxed all the time, we propose exercise to people. We propose exercises where they learn about themselves in interactions. So, there's nothing better than interaction to provoke emotions. And when one looks at one's emotions, then it becomes possible to observe how we react to the outer stimulations, and it becomes possible to make relaxed choices in our lives, because our lives is actually a succession of interactions. So in Tantra groups, you have many interactions with people. You have massage, you have what we call yabyum, which is a very intimate practice where you are somebody sitting on the laps of the other. You may share hugs, you may dance, and all those interactions are aiming at allowing people to get to know themselves better. And when you know yourself better, you can make conscious choices that make you relax in any situation. And when you're relaxed, you're in a capacity to access your full potential of vitality. That's Tantra for me.
But why I will go to learn Tantra to be relaxed? I just lie in the bed and relax. But in the sex time, I just go there and relax. That's true. I can have pleasure with that.
Excellent question, Pramod. But the problem is that we cannot spend our lives. We cannot spend our lives in our bed. Life obliges us to work, to go out, to meet people. And then there is this difficulty, is that we are anytime triggered, or very often triggered, by some interactions we have to the outside. We have interactions with our colleagues at work. We have interactions with our family. We have interactions with our partners in life, sentimental partners, I mean. We have interactions with friends. And all the time, I think it's about tuning the moments where we go into intimacy sharings with others, and times when we go back to ourselves. So no, it's not possible to stay all the day in your bed, in your life, and Tantra is necessary to help you get more relaxed in your relationships. And of course, many people come to Tantra because they need to be more relaxed in their sentimental life, in their sexual life. And Tantra allows also to people to be more relaxed in their sentimental and sexual lives.
And how can I have orgasm? Tantra teaches that or not?
Yes, Tantra can help you. I would not say that Tantra teaches orgasm. It's not completely about that. But when you are relaxed, because this is the goal of Tantra, when you are relaxed, then you can open yourself. You open your body, you open your mind, you open your heart, and you become more available for pleasure. And you can experience many sorts of orgasms. That can be, I can have an orgasm listening to a good music piece, for example. I can have an orgasm by just watching a landscape. And also I can have orgasms when interacting with people and maybe in a sexual intercourse. But the tantric way of lovemaking there are no techniques. It's not about learning tricks to be a master lover. It's just relax in your sexuality, relax in the way you're making love with others, and just be available for pleasure. So yes, Tantra can help you to have orgasm. It can help you in getting into spaces of availability, of curiosities, where you lose the goals, you lose the objective of giving pleasure to the other, and you just transform your love making into a kind of spontaneous dance. That's tantric love.
Spontaneous dance, love making. But how I can really, in a practical way, to make love like a dance and relax? Because normally people go to sex like they are fucking very strong, very wild, very, male.
Yeah.
It's what I'm seeing in the films,
You're absolutely right, Pramod. The problem we have in our society is at the same time, sex is a taboo, and sex is everywhere, especially with internet, as you know, and all those porns. And it's not that porn is not good, it's just that it shows a very reduced way to make love, and very often simulated way to make love. So it's not natural love that is shown on the internet. And for the rest of the society, maybe you've noticed that there is more and more restrictions about, I remember when I was young in France, and it's long ago, it's more than 50 years ago, all the women, they were just wearing a panty on the beach, and they were the breast naked, for example. This day in France, there is no half-naked women on the beaches. And for me, this shows that the neurosis is growing about sexuality in our societies. So, lovemaking is not at all what the people show on the internet. Lovemaking is reaching states of arousal in high spaces of relaxation. And again, we come back to this idea of relaxation. When I'm not relaxed, when I have a goal, when I want to give pleasure to my partner, when I want to prove myself that I'm a master lover, I have objectives in my head, objectives that create tensions. And the role of Tantra here is to help you get rid of the objectives. Just enter the lovemaking out of a space with no goal. When you have no goal, there's no fear, there's no tension. And when there's no tension, you access your full potential of vitality. And that's lovemaking. It's when you have your full potential of vitality, you can share it with somebody else in a dance. And that's for me how Tantra can help people a lot. Getting out of the neurosis. Let's get out of the neurosis. Let's make lovemaking something natural, something free, something fun, and not something that we are doing in a tension like they show in these porn movies.
You say about high states of arousal. Yeah. How I can get this space? Because I think people want to know about this. How I can get there?
So, as you know, I'm a director of SkyDancing Tantra International, and in SkyDancing Tantra, Margot Anand has developed very good techniques about reaching states of intense arousal, and at the same time being relaxed. And of course, this is what you learn in the SkyDancing Tantra workshops. In particular, we have a progression, a series of retreats that is a 6 weeks program that people attend on their own. It's not that they do 6 weeks in a row. People attend this program over 2 years, and the weeks are spread throughout the 2 years. And then we teach methods developed by Margot Anand that help people to first relax, because this is the main goal, and also techniques that that help people to and support them to get to higher states of arousal, higher states of vital life force, so to say. So there are a lot of breathing practices in general, but we also use what Margot is calling the 3 keys, which are the best tools that she thinks are available for building up our vital life force, which she calls the 3 keys. So Margot didn't invent the 3 keys, because the 3 keys are strong breathing, movement, and sounds. And of course that was existing before Margot, but Margot has the good idea to put them together and to give them a name. She calls them the 3 keys. So I hope people who watch this video will remember those 3 keys. When you want to build up, to rise up your level of vitality, you may use the 3 keys. And this is what you learn in SkyDancing Tantra with very special techniques.
Okay, and how can I have improve my relationship with my partner now? Can you say something about that?
Yeah. Tantra, in my consideration, doesn't specifically help you in having a better relationship. Tantra and SkyDancing Tantra are helping you to have a better relationship and connection with you. And once you have a better relationship and better understanding of how you react to outer stimulation, then it becomes more easy to relate to other persons. So the goal of Tantra is not about having better relationships. The goals of Tantra is very selfish. It is a very individual path of getting better with myself, knowing myself better, being more relaxed all the time. But when I reach this goal, of course I have better relationship with others. That comes as a collateral effect of the path.
And another thing is, how can I, if I have, for example, premature ejaculation, or I can't have a hard-on, Tantra can help me in that?
For me, I don't like to present Tantra as the magic healing path for every problem. There are problems for which Tantra cannot do a lot. I want to be honest and transparent with people. I don't want to sell bullshit to people. But this said, yes, Tantra helps definitely with, in particular, premature ejaculation, because it allows you to relax. Premature ejaculation is very often about an accumulation of tension in the mind, in the genitals. For some people, I don't want to make it an absolute truth, but for some people, somehow at an unconscious level, the lovemaking is so intense for them that unconsciously they program the end of the lovemaking by ejaculating very quick. It's an example. There are many other reasons why people can have premature ejaculation, but this is an important reason. And when people learn how to relax in the lovemaking, when they forget the goal of ejaculating, when they forget the goal of giving pleasure to the other, then they can really relax, and ejaculation becomes very often very easy to contain. It's not about controlling or doing tensions in your perineum or whatever to control ejaculation. That's possible too, but that's not the path of Tantra. Tantra is about relaxation, so it helps people to relax enough to go in spaces where they don't need to ejaculate. Because you can, as a man, you can have many other forms of orgasms than ejaculation. You can have breathing orgasms. You can have also orgasm when you learn to contain this ejaculation and play very close to the no return point, and you stay like that for half an hour, and you can have intense and very long orgasms by playing with this. But this needs always to be relaxed. You cannot do that without being relaxed. So it's not really about learning techniques. It's about getting to a space of relaxation in any circumstance of your life, and then you can apply that to sexuality and learn how to contain, for example, the premature ejaculation.
And what is the big tip that the Tantra can improve lives? How you can really give something in a practical way that the guys can do in home, that he wants to do. Yeah. Okay, maybe I start with this.
Okay. So first, bring 10 minutes of silent meditation per day in your life. Just you're sitting. You don't try to control your thoughts. You cannot control your thoughts. So let your thoughts flow through and just observe your breath for 10 minutes sitting at home. And then put nice music for 10 minutes and you're dancing. So you build up and stimulate your aliveness. And another thing that you very easy to bring into your life is you learn really to observe yourself. That means making my life a meditation. I'm observing myself constantly in my interactions with people. And then sometimes that gives me the possibility to get out of the patterns I have developed because of my family conditionings, because of the society conditionings. When I can change my patterns and my choices in life, I can get to better relaxation. And for me, this is the goal of Tantra. So this is a very simple way to install Tantra in your life. And if you want, I can give you a very simple meditation of very ancient tantric texts called the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. And this meditation is very simple. Again, you can do that for 10 minutes every day. And the meditation says, breathe in, breathe out, and dive into the very moment between breathe in and breathe out. This is a tantric metaphoric meditation about going beyond duality, beyond judgments, beyond what is good, what is wrong, what is beautiful, what is ugly. All these are mindfucks, are judgments that we put on the things around us and that prevent us to be just available for life. So, and this meditation is very beautiful because breathe in and out represents duality, and diving in this moment between breathing and breathe out is something about going into this non-judgmental space of non-duality.
And why people have to come to Tantra Gurus? Why? What do they?
Nobody has to go to a Tantra workshop.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. You can live very well without a Tantra workshop. You can go in the nature, walk, and enjoy the nature. But if your mind is so busy that you cannot look at what's the beauty around you, then maybe it's interesting for you to go to a Tantra workshop. Because the Tantra workshop allows you to discharge all the stress you have accumulated in your daily life, to just be more available for the what is beautiful around you. Everything in the manifestation is sacred. Everything is beautiful, but people have to be able to see it. And that's the difficulty we have in life. The stress accumulated by society, the conditionings, the religions that have told us that this is good, this is not good, and all the moral of the society is sometimes preventing us from enjoying what is beautiful in life, for enjoying pleasure, for example, for enjoying, as I said before, a beautiful piece of music, for enjoying nature. That's Tantra. It's becoming available for all that.
And everyone can come to Tantra workshops or have something that people have to know about Tantra or something?
Yeah, I would say that everybody can come to a Tantra workshop. In a Tantra workshop, your security is, because in a Tantra workshop sometimes we propose some things that can confront people because they are completely out of what is socially accepted. But the safety of people vis-à-vis these things is to always remember that in a Tantra workshop, you're never obliged to do what is proposed. You can always do less, because the goal is not to do what is proposed in the Tantra workshop. The goal is to stay relaxed. So you can always be creative for doing less than what is proposed if it's necessary for you to remain relaxed. I give you an example, Pramod. If I propose you to share an embrace with somebody, what we call a hug, with the entire front of the body. So you take somebody in your arms, you're standing, and you're embracing the person, and you stay like that very still for 2 or 3 minutes, which is our proposition. For example, for me, I'm not a hugging school. For me, it's not about learning how to hug somebody. It's learning how to stay relaxed when I receive a proposition of sharing intimacy with somebody. So the proposition here in this case of intimacy, it's just to share a hug. So people, when they receive this proposition, they have many choices. They can tell to their partner, okay, I don't feel like that, and for me it creates a tension in me, so I will stay backward, I will stay standing at a 2 meters distance, but I offer you to share an eyes connection, for example. So somehow you respect yourself and you keep a connection with the person you're in front of. Or you can propose to the person, okay, for me it's not possible, but I can stay with just holding your hands. So it's not going in an embrace, but it's getting closer into intimacy for the person. So I try to go closer and I see. If I feel tension, I step back. If I feel relaxed, I stay like that, and maybe in 1 minute I will go in the embrace. Or you can go in the embrace in a Tantra workshop because you like that and for you it's good. And you're relaxed in it. If you're not relaxed, you don't do. If you're relaxed, you do. That's so simple as that. And this is valid for all the massages, all the practice that includes some intimacy sharings with others. So yes, I think it's possible for everybody to go to a Tantra workshop.
Most of people here in Brazil thinks that Tantra is about learning techniques of massage. Do you teach that?
Not at all. Not at all. I don't know.
But then what do you teach really?
I teach again how to be relaxed. So I teach people, for example, to have a relaxed touch.
Okay.
So, and a conscious touch. So when sometimes we give practice where we offer people to receive a contact from a partner. For example, you are lying and there is your partner sitting close to you, and you're invited to approach your hand on the body of the partner. So instead of putting your hand like that, immediately, which is not a relaxed touch, which is not a conscious touch. We will teach you to approach your hand very progressively, to look into your partner's lying eyes, to check how the partner reacts to your hand getting closer to him or her, and then to approach very slowly, to be aware of the speed of your hand getting closer to the body, giving time to the other to say no if it's a no, and then to slowly approach the hand to the body of the partner and to put it, and then to breathe, to check your own position, to check if you're relaxed, to check the weight of your hand on the body of your partner. And then maybe if the partner lying agrees on that, to start moving your hand onto the body of the partner very slowly, so to be really aware of the speed, of the weight of your hand, of how deep it goes in the muscle. So for me, what we teach is to be relaxed enough to allow intuitions to guide our massage. It's not about techniques, it's about being relaxed enough to let our intuition guide our hands, and to be really aware of the reactions of the partner lying or moving, because sometimes we have moving massages for the receivers, and to be very aware of the reaction of your partner and to follow the reactions of your partner and not to do things that could be not good for him or her.
You know, in Brazil, I think in the world also, many women have sexual dysfunction. That means that she can't have pleasure. More than 50% of the women have these things. How Tantra can help her?
Tantra can help her very much, because Tantra is a kind of laboratory of life where you experience many interactions with people. And very often, difficulties in sexuality come from fears. These fears can result from many situations in our lives. Unfortunately, in Brazil and everywhere, many women were abused or raped, or many women had a father that was not really clear with his sexuality. And I don't mean compulsorily abusing the daughter, but going close with an unclear energy to the daughters. And this kind of situation creates many problems in sexuality when it comes to the adult age. And but that may happen for men too, because many men have been abused also at school, in the churches. You know, there are many affairs that are coming up with the churches. And so the thing that Tantra can help with is that Tantra teaches you how to very precisely set your boundaries when something is triggering you, when something is creating fear in you. And then when you learn precisely how to create your boundary, to set your boundaries, you learn how to be more relaxed, not to allow the fear to overwhelm you and take over your sexuality. And you regain power on yourself. When you regain power to say no, when you are a person that was abused in the past, when you regain your power to say no, you somehow learn how to get out of the trauma. Because when you were abused, you were not in a position to say no, because very often the person was an adult or an older person than you, and you couldn't say no, so you were submitted to the lovemaking or to the touch. And going to Tantra workshop where you learn how to set your boundaries very clearly in a very assertive way. No, I don't want that. No, this is not okay for me. It allows people to regain power on themselves and to become more relaxed and not let the fear take over the sexuality again.